My roommates created a gossip podcast about me.
Guys, is this about us?
I, 20 female, accidentally discovered that my two roommates, 20s female, have a gossip podcast about me. The ego I would have forever. The fake LinkedIn is the first thing that pops up when searching my name on Google. I assume it might have been created in the past month or two because it wasn't there before. I believe I'm having trouble being hired because of it.
Oh, wow.
Dang, you could sue them.
This is like not just gossip.
Yeah, no. This is affecting livelihood.
Yeah.
Here comes defamation 101.
Yep.
There you go.
By the way, this comes from Generis99, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, the profile uses my real name and has the profile pic from my real LinkedIn, but it's distorted to make me look ugly. So it's like the Demi Lovato picture where they...
Or like she she looks bald.
I think they use
Kinda.
they, them pronouns.
I don't think anymore.
Did they switch
No?
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't... Oh, I'm not updated on... Shoot. No, dang it. Okay, well, Demi Lovato... Oh, the poot one.
Yeah. It's like heavily edited.
Yeah.
And she even makes
That's
fun of it.
Yeah.
Or they make fun
Dressed
of
up
it now.
as
I
it
don't
for
know.
Halloween this year.
Yeah.
At some point.
It is. Yeah, yes.
Yes.
It lists the wrong majors. I'm a college student and displays a low SAT score. I think it has caused me to be denied from a few jobs I have recently applied for online. Not entirely sure, but it is the number one thing that pops up when HR would Google my name. I reported it to LinkedIn, however, I'm unsure how soon it will be dealt with. There's no customer service number for the website, so I'm a bit anxious that it won't get resolved or that I'll be ignored. How would I go about this? Is there any better way to get the profile taken down or at least modify my own profile to have it be number one on results instead of the fake one? And there are some comments. Thoughts, though. Any advice about LinkedIn? Angie, I know you're an expert.
You know, I've got LinkedIn
Yeah.
wrapped around my finger. Dude,
Oh,
I have no idea. I don't even have a full profile on LinkedIn. I don't know how it works.
Have a profile on LinkedIn that I made when I was 16 years old because my school told me I had to.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were like, they made us make one.
Nice.
And I still have heavy bangs in it.
Great.
And I just every so often someone's like, yeah, I found your like LinkedIn profile.
so
like
funny.
it seems not like you have an update. I'm like, yeah, because I don't use it.
Yeah. I think I
don't
made one,
use
but
it.
then I like didn't really fully add everything to it or something. But I have no idea like if there's someone you can contact in LinkedIn about, you know, like, hey, this is a fake profile. Like, this is my actual profile. Like, what can we do?
Also, can't you just tell the picture is just so edited that like it doesn't look good?
Yeah,
You know,
unless they're like master photoshoppers. Or I mean, you know what? With AI nowadays, you can do anything.
You can never tell. But again, OP was like, it's heavily distorted. It like
It's just like Flynn Rider in Entangled, where he's just like, they just can't get my nose right, and it's just like a different nose
every
each time
time,
you
yeah.
click on it.
What a great point. Comments. Comment 1 says, I think it caused me to be denied from a few jobs, so make them aware that this profile is fake in your cover letter or initial interview, and provide them with your correct profile right on your resume. LinkedIn should clean it up, but you can't really rush them. I think that's probably the best move. Like, just inform the companies that you're applying to, hey, there's a fake profile.
Yeah,
Can't touch it. Comment 2 says they're using a profile picture of you. Did you take that photo? If so, send LinkedIn a DMCA notice. Comment 3 says, aside from reporting the fake profile, you could look into hiring, or do it yourself if you're so inclined, a search engine optimization service, SEO, to make it so your legit profile rises in the search results, and they may be able to make the other page drop in the results as well. You would have to investigate it though. And there is an update 11 days later. Any other thoughts before we dive in?
I think those are great points. I
agree.
didn't think of those, but I think, you know, other people can have great points too. It doesn't need to be just mine, and I can admit that.
They don't have to just listen to me, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to be very humble and acknowledge that other people are smart too.
Other people, I guess, have ideas. 11 days later, I'm moving to an apartment with the same 2 people I've lived with this past year, along with a new person to replace someone moving out, so including me, it's 4 people total. The one who is moving out is taking her TV with her. I have never used the TV this past year because 1, it wasn't mine, 2, I don't like watching my shows in the living room without privacy. What shows are you watching? And 3, I didn't have my gaming system with me. I found a cheap 24-inch TV in donations and took it back to the apartment. However, my other roommates assume I will be putting it in the living room when we move to the new place in a few weeks, even though I told them I kind of want it in my own room because it's small and I want to be able to play my games when I want. They watch a lot of reality TV. Also, they did nothing to contribute paying for it. Would I be a witch if I insisted on putting it in my room when we move? And this is a totally different question, and we still haven't even gotten to the main juice.
There was like a worse problem in the first story.
I thought the LinkedIn thing was going to be your roommates did that.
Yeah.
Maybe that is where we're going.
Yeah.
So far, we have 2 disconnected things, but maybe it's like the plot of Stranger Things, where you have a lot of disconnected plot lines.
Right. But then
they all come together to defeat the Demogorgon.
Exactly.
Does that make OP the Demogorgon because it comes to OP? Like all these lines.
Oh my god. OP is the mind
dude.
flayer.
Whoa,
Confirmed.
dude.
Spoilers for season 5.
Yeah, no, I think you should feel so ashamed and so guilty for wanting to put your TV in your own room. I think you're a terrible person for that.
The only thing I would recommend
Yeah.
is you need to say, not I kind of want to keep it in my room.
Yeah.
Just say, sorry, like I bought this TV.
I'm going
for this
to put
purpose.
it in
It's
this
in my room.
Yeah. Like,
They can
yeah,
follow
I
that too.
totally agree. You gotta stand your ground on that from the beginning, because then they're just gonna be like, oh well, it should be in here. So you kind of want it.
I kind of want it in here.
Do you remember Sam's old house? Not the one that you're at, but at that one of the roommates had a TV.
Yeah.
And they always moved it. Like
They always moved it?
yeah, they always moved it to like put it in Christian's room or in like the main room just to like watch stuff. But it was her TV.
Okay, I know who this is. Yes.
Yeah. But which is like she's like, yeah, you can move it. So we would move it all the time.
That's so funny.
Oh.
It was the only like main TV that we had
Yeah.
there.
It's just everyone would be taking it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Sam's-
listen, if everyone's cool with that,
Yeah,
I think
then I
that's a
guess it's
vibe.
fine.
That's just like,
Yeah. Sam's pretty anti like TV. So
Yeah.
we only have a projector, which honestly does the job, so I don't mind.
yeah.
Comment 1 says, not the a-hole. You told them you want it in your room so you can play games. You paid for it, so it's your TV. If they want a TV to watch in the living room, they could pull their money to buy one. And there is a second update. I think all the juice is coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get a new problem here?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gonna be like, my shampoo's gone.
Someone's been stealing my shampoos.
Where did it go?
My roommates told me it's gnomes. I don't quite believe them.
Yeah, I think they might be wrong.
I kind of think they might be wrong. 2 days later, I was picking up mail from the mailbox, and they, OP's roommates, got a fan mail postcard sent to them from their friend away at a religious camp.
Love
On
it.
it,
Those are
Yeah.
words.
The
Those are
friend from the
words.
religious camp is big fan.
big fan.
Big fan. First of all, the big man upstairs. Second of all,
Yeah.
of this roommate.
Yeah, 2 things I like.
Yeah.
God and this podcast. On it, it described how the podcast update made her day and described how she laughed at the parts about info pertaining to my eating disorder, mental health, and how they think my new SO 24 male is interesting. AKA, they think he's awkward.
I'm so sorry.
I like how the word interesting is tied in with awkward.
Yeah,
What?
dear, it's like the Dear Jane.
interesting.
I think it's so. I'm praying 4 times a day at this religious camp, at Camp Jesus.
Yeah.
And every time I hear your podcast, I laugh about OP's eating disorder. I think it's so funny.
That's crazy.
You're crazy. You're at God
crazy.
camp and you're laughing about someone's eating disorder.
Yeah.
You need to
that's-
stay at that camp for longer.
Exactly. I think you
It's
need
not
to
working.
do a couple more confessionals.
Yeah.
And
Like, sorry, father
Yeah.
something.
I'm a terrible
Father
person.
camp.
Father camp, I laughed at someone's eating disorder today.
Yeah.
And he's
And
like,
then
girl,
he's like,
what?
oh my God.
He's like, girl, huh?
They're like supposed to stay silent or whatever. if
Yeah, they're
that's even
like,
what they're supposed to do. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Sorry,
exactly
bleep that
what
out.
it is.
You're not supposed to hear that.
Not only is it incredibly uncomfortable to think how they're essentially making my life a reality TV show. Well, OP said they love reality TV.
They sure do.
It's all coming together.
But
But the
you're
fact-
in the TV show.
This is Big Brother. But the fact that they are sharing info that they promise to keep secret, i.e. my eating disorder and mental health issues, is really distressing. Yeah. I hear them gossip about me when in adjacent rooms, but I wouldn't have expected a full-blown effing podcast about my quirks and F-ups. They're the types to watch a lot of dating reality TV and watch gossipy popular YouTubers, so it makes sense to me that they are the epitome of drama queens. However, this really feels like crossing a line. How do I approach them about this? I have to live with these people for another year. How do I bring up the fact that I know they are talking about me behind my back all the time? And there are some relevant comments, but do you have any ideas for OP?
I currently can't think of ideas for OP because I'm stuck on this girl at religious camp and I have thoughts about her okay, here's my thought process. First of all, writing a letter. Can be fun. Ooh, love letters. Ooh, so romantic. Ooh, how old school. I was thinking maybe she's doing that maybe because it's like a very religious camp and they're like, no phones allowed. But then
how is she listening to the podcast?
Exactly. Then I'm thinking, how is she listening to the podcast? And I'm also thinking, how often are they posting if she had time to write a letter and send it to her about the last update? Like, oh, that last one that you did was so funny. And it's been like 3 weeks. Like, I don't understand, first of all, but that's just my thoughts. That's not that relevant.
What about my mouth? What do you have to see?
What?
Lori Hensel says you have to really stare at my mouth. Why are you staring at my mouth? What is it?
Oh, it's a delay. They're talking about a delay of not
I was like, what's wrong with my mouth?
Everyone point and stare and laugh at Sophia's mouth. Look
Is
closely.
this part of the podcast episode? Sorry, what were you saying?
That stuff is me just being critical of these people. But for OP, I think definitely talk to them. Find the podcast first of all. When they get home, blast it.
Yeah,
blast that stuff.
Well, find a cat. Find a spinning chair.
Okay.
Spin around with the cat and go, well.
Yeah.
And then you click it on. What's this about?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Better idea.
Yeah.
Listen to the podcast.
Okay.
Put it into one of those audio mixers. Make a song out of it. Dance party.
Diss track.
I'm thinking remix. Put a beat to it. Dance to it when they get home, and then or set a dance party. Create a dance party.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to more elaborate here. Get a dance party going, and then invite them, and then that's the only song that you play, and you're like, I'm sorry. Now I'm just imagining it being like, boom, 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 and then it's okay.
I think they might talk about you. I think they might talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah, that would definitely not be good. But if
Or
you're cool with that
better
could be
idea.
really funny.
You make a competing podcast.
Okay.
And then you start it by saying, hey guys, my roommates, everyone's gonna eat this up. My roommates made a podcast about me.
Yeah.
And so I'm documenting their whole life on here.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I love it.
Or if OP's really passive and non-confrontational, send an anonymous letter to your own place saying, hey, you guys are mean and you suck.
Dude, wait, actually, good idea.
Yeah,
I'm
the
also
reviews.
from religious camp, and I'm actually a good religious little boy. And then
I think your roommate's awesome.
Yeah.
She sounds cool.
I think you guys are
significant
terrible
other
people.
sounds really
I think you
interesting.
just tank
In
the
the
reviews.
name of the Christ, you are a terrible
Compels
person.
Common One says, that's the scariest bad roommate situation I've ever heard. Move out ASAP. OP says, not a troll post, I promise. I'm just unsure of how the move out will go. We're moving to a new apartment in a few weeks, and I have the master bedroom and also handle the apartment gas electricity bill under my name. I'm sure that's the only reason they are still dragging me along, that a large chunk of the apartment shared belongings are mine, and that losing me in the lease would cost them a lot of money.
Ooh, you're in the perfect position then.
Dude, you have all the power.
You have so much
Leave.
power right here.
Drop out.
Wow.
Get out of there.
Do it.
Comment 2 says, don't sign the lease. These people are effing a-holes. OP says, I signed the lease last October. They toured the place without me and signed immediately with expectation that I will also join them. Why? They hate you. Well, or maybe
They're using her.
yeah, you are their source of content. So.
Yeah, exactly. They need to keep her around.
Yeah. So I signed, even though I was looking for studio apartments for next year at the time. Okay, OP, you are consistently seemingly being a little bit of a pushover because we have the TV incident where you're like, well, I kind of want it in my room.
Yeah.
No,
This is
what
your
we need
time.
to say is, I want it in my room, sorry. And now you're saying, well, I kind of didn't want to move in with them. I don't want to move in with you, I already have plans.
There you go.
And now you're like, well, they're going to be memeing the podcast. Hey, knock it off
Yeah.
or I'll sue you.
Because here's what's gonna happen, okay? I mean, obviously a big reason that people are non-confrontational is because it's like, I don't want to be mean. I don't want these people to not like me. Too late.
They don't
Sorry.
like you.
It's too late for that. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they already hate you, and I know that is, you probably don't want to like know that, but I feel like you do know that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm not saying anything new. So
Exactly.
you kind of just have to like accept that and be like, yo, I don't want to be around you guys anyway.
And if it makes you feel better, you're clearly not the unlikable person if these two people are making a podcast about you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty clear who's the bad guy here.
Yeah, totally.
But there is another comment from OP. Okay, just because I have mental health issues doesn't mean that the things I post about are a result of psychosis or paranoia. I think this is responding to comments being like, this is fake.
You're making it all up.
These things are happening. I try to remove as much emotional bias as I can before I post about my issues, and I've taken the steps necessary to remove the aforementioned LinkedIn profile, so sadly I can't link it, but I can send screenshots if you don't believe me. Comment 3 says, I feel like there should be some sort of legal action you can take. Medical information can't be shared without the person's explicit consent, especially to an audience. I think that's only if you're a medical professional. I don't think that just like, I think if I talked about someone's medical issues, I would be an a-hole, but I don't think
They're gonna call HIPAA on you.
Yeah, they wouldn't be like, HIPAA, get Sophia,
HIPAA, go get her. Yeah, no, it's not like the police where it just applies to everyone. It's like, yeah, I think you're right.
Comment 4 says, I believe that's only true if a person or organization is bound to HIPAA regulations. OP says, what if one of the roommates has signed a HIPAA agreement, but for her research lab, use it against her? She's in the medical field and works in a lab where she would need to sign something like that. If she signs a HIPAA agreement, does it also pertain to not being able to share my medical info? Comment 5 says, could you report her to her university? That type of thing could for sure constitute as bullying or intimidation and would most likely be a violation of the school's code of conduct. Also, I wouldn't want someone like that working in the medical field. Did you keep the fan mail you found? OP says, I took a picture of it. And there is a third update nearly 4 months later.
Wow.
Let's get into it.
Let's please.
It was added to a few social media news apps without my permission. I moved out of my old apartment with the drama roomies and got myself a cat off Craigslist, who I love to passing. Anyway, I found 2 new roommates and moved into a new apartment directly across from where the drama roomies and I were supposed to live. So now I live right across the street from them, which was very weird at first. But then I thought, F them. This is actually some fun passive-aggressive BS that I know will make them uncomfortable. By the way, I hope you're not uncomfortable listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
I mean, I think you've got the letter.
Yeah.
I feel like you can screen record the podcast.
Yeah.
Or, record the podcast if it truly is just an audio podcast.
Yeah.
That you don't get all that. I think definitely report to the school.
The school. I think that would be your best kind of, I don't know, most successful
For
play.
sure. And report that one girl to her Christian camp or religious camp.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Say, hey, she's a freaking bully
Yeah,
and she
say-
listens to satanic podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
OP continues, I did not take any legal action, nor did I ask the drama roomies about the podcast or the postcard, because it was not worth my time and would only fuel their ego. Myself and a few others tried to search for the podcast, but couldn't find it, so I'm guessing it was under a pseudonym of some sort. I'm still with the aforementioned SO. I'm getting much better grades in my classes, and everyone loves my cat. Life's pretty good right now, and a lot better. Thank you for those who were supportive. Comment 1 says, good for you. Now you can start a podcast about them with your cat.
There you
It would
go.
be more interesting, and I would like a cat's input on life. But seriously, I'm glad you're doing better. And that's the end of it. So OP just
Craigslist.
kind of said, whatever.
Craigslist cat.
Craigslist.
Let's
Do we name
go.
him Craig?
Craig?
Can
No,
we
name
name
him
him
List.
Craig?
List.
List. Yeah, but it's like a German spelling. It's least.
Least.
But yeah, that's the end of the story.
It sure is.
OP's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's all, you can ask for.
That's all we need here. I know kids story time.
All we need is a little happiness.
all we
is it.
need.
But we
that's
do
right.
have another story coming right up.
We surely do. My friends placed a bet on my marriage failing at my wedding.
Prove them wrong.
This comes directly from the r/OKstorytime subreddit. So, my husband, 28 male, and I, 29 female, have a group of 10 to 15 friends from high school that we used to be super close with before moving 6+ hours away. About 7 years ago, we had our wedding, and of course, a few of those friends were in our wedding as an officiant and the bridal party. We grew up in the same town, but I went to private school while my husband went to public school, so most of the friend group was a mix between these two schools. By the way, this comes from Acceptable Health 901, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie,
I'm Sophia.
I'm Keon.
and we're here to give you good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in the situation, but let us know what you would do in the comments. So, OP says, we dated in high school for a little over a half a year until we had a very abrupt breakup over a lot of little issues that we just weren't emotionally mature enough to work through. We later found out this was due to having attachment issues. He is a dismissive avoidant, and I am a fearful avoidant. This is important to note.
Okay.
Write that down, people.
Terminology.
A lot of avoidance.
Yeah, you're like two magnets that keep repelling away.
Yeah, exactly.
But one of them's a little afraid.
Right.
The other one's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. After that, we kind of avoided being around each other every time our friend group got together,
Avoided, you say?
What?
No one could have guessed.
which was anywhere from 2 to 5 nights a week sometimes. We both dated people in the friend group after the breakup, so it was definitely awkward at times, but we kept our distance to keep things civil as to not disrupt the dynamic of the friend group.
Y'all just kept it in the friend group?
Keep it in the friend group. That's what I always say.
I would never do that.
What?
I would never do
You would
that.
never. Sophia would never.
No, I would never date one of
Never.
my friends.
Fast forward to 2 years after the breakup, we were all at a party, and he had just broken up with one of the other girls in our group. I wasn't close with her, but we never had any issues or anything until my husband started to talk with me at the party. We randomly ended up in the kitchen making small talk originally, but it turned into hours-long catch-up conversation, and a few people in the friend group were not happy that we were talking so soon after his breakup.
You're
Mind
literally
you-
just talking.
Yeah, it's literally the
He's not allowed to talk about. He's not allowed to talk to anyone.
Yeah, we were just talking in the kitchen.
We were
So-
just talking in the kitchen.
Calm down. Mind you, I had a boyfriend at the time that I was very into, so it wasn't like flirting. It was just a, wow, we haven't actually spoken more than a few words to each other in 2 years kind of chat. And about a month later, we were talking a lot more while my boyfriend at the time was royally messing up. Later found out that he was cheating on me.
Yes.
After all of the mess hit the fan with that boyfriend, my husband didn't waste any time letting his feelings be known.
Yeah, you were like, oh, my boyfriend cheated on me. He's like,
It's
that
like-
sucks. Do you want to date?
Yeah, it just sucks. I would never do that to you.
I would never do that. You want to date me?
Do you want to date? I'll go on a date with you. Oh,
I'll
you
go-
don't? You're not going on a date with tomorrow? I'll go.
Oh, you're free tomorrow. That's good.
No way. I'll literally be there.
I
That's
will
crazy.
be there.
If I was truly honest with myself, my feelings for him never fully went away, which was probably due to the abrupt nature of the breakup that we had years ago being unresolved. That does happen when we avoid things.
That is classic avoidance.
We started dating, and this polarized a good portion of our friend group.
And that's what happens when you date within a friend group. You do risk destroying the friend group.
Some friends thought it was totally fine because there was zero overlap, while other friends said that I went after her man even though I literally dated him first years ago. So we already had some friends rooting against us from the beginning. Those friends I expected not to be supportive when the wedding invites went out 2 years later, but what I didn't expect was our close friends being the ones to hurt me so deeply at our own wedding.
Dang.
As I mentioned, my husband and I have attachment issues, which has led us to a lot of fighting and miscommunication, but we always work through them. We moved in together within the first year of dating again, and which made us the first in our friend group to move out of our parents' houses at 20 and 21 years
Dang.
old. Wow.
Young.
Dang. About 6 months after that, we were ring shopping and planning our lives together. Everyone thought that we were moving a little fast, and while their concerns were valid, we knew what we wanted. Almost a year later, he went into the military and proposed the moment he got back.
Classic military. That's what happens when you're in the military. You gotta propose.
You gotta. How else are you gonna get those benefits?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks of being engaged led to a spontaneous elopement at a port call while on a deployment. I loved our elopement. It was perfect, and I wouldn't change a single thing. We decided to do a big wedding for family and friends on our 1-year anniversary. The one thing we didn't expect was to be expecting by the time of said big wedding.
Dang, y'all are moving quick.
We would be 6 months long, to be exact.
Dang.
6 months so long. Yeah.
So, like, literally, they moved out at 20, 21.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, let's say OP's 20.
Yeah.
At 21, they're married. No, engaged.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. When OP's 21. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they already, then they got eloped within, like, a couple months later and then found out they're pregnant? This is all happening within, like, a year and a half?
Well, yeah. A year later, he went into the military. We don't know how long he's been in the military, but I'm sure it's not that long. And then, a couple weeks into being engaged, they got eloped. They eloped.
Damn.
Yeah, they're moving fast. And then 6 months later, they get preggers. Wow.
They took running with it literally.
Yep, you are
running with it. Literally. Since our elopement was kind of hush-hush, a lot of speculation happened that we were just getting married because we got pregnant, not knowing that we had already been married for over a half a year before getting pregnant. While this was inconvenient for the dress that I originally picked out, I had a great excuse to be more relaxed for my wedding than most brides who run around to each table all night. However, due to my lack of table talking during my wedding, I found out recently, 7 years later, that our entire friend group participated in a bet for how long it would be until we got divorced. At our wedding, while I was 6 months pregnant.
That's just so intensely bad form.
Yeah, right?
Like, bad karma.
That's
bad karma.
Yeah.
Even if you have those thoughts, just keep it inside. Or maybe just like talk about it after the wedding. Be like, what did you think about, do you think this is like...
Yeah.
That's it. Even that, still shouldn't be necessarily talking about that, but like,
placing
not at the
bets.
wedding. Placing bets at the wedding. Come on.
Yeah.
Very uncouth.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I agree. If you disagree with it and if you do think it's fast, like, I honestly think that's fair.
I agree.
But, like, that's something that you speak to yourselves. But then when you're at the wedding, now it's time to be happy for them. Yeah. Now it's time to be like, okay, they're making this decision. If you are truly their friends. Yeah, exactly. And clearly you're not.
Clearly. Not so much.
I also found out that a year later, they were all discussing the who would get the baby in the divorce debate.
Oh my God.
And only one of them thought that I would get her, defending the fact that my husband was away all the time due to his job, and I had been taking care of her for 90% of her life at that point.
What a terrible discussion.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
Oh my God. I find it ironic that with his current job, the kids would definitely be granted to me for full custody due to how unpredictable his schedule is, because at a moment's notice, he may have to jump on a plane and fly around the world for weeks at a time.
He literally is in the military, and they thought that I don't even know why. One, they shouldn't even be discussing that. But, like, the fact that they thought that the guy in the military would get the baby.
Yeah, insane.
It's crazy. He's in the military. He doesn't have time to take care of a baby full time.
Yeah. So all but one friend was completely wrong on that vindication. Wait, on that vindication or just...
OP's just like, yes.
Vindication.
All wrong.
Since learning about the actual bet that took place at our wedding, 2 of the friends in the group recently got engaged. I want to be super petty with the entire group by looking each of them in the eyes, and as I ask the entire table what their bet is on these 2 friends divorcing while at their engagement party, or their wedding if my husband isn't able to attend the engagement party. My husband said that he has no problem with me doing this, but he doesn't want to be the one to start the petty confrontation. I know the fallout of this would be messy, but I am also so incredibly angry that they were literally a big part of our wedding, yet didn't actually support our marriage or growing family. The only reason I found this out was my college friend outside that group had overheard this from the next table over, but didn't want to upset me at the time.
So she waited 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years is
like, hey.
Yeah.
I have something to tell you. I've been holding it in for 7 years.
Right.
He's like,
Back
what?
away.
Nobody thought you were going to stay married. Oh, that's such a relief.
You're right. She told me recently out of concern that I would lean on some of these, quote, friends for support while having relationship issues. Since learning this, I have not shared anything regarding our family because they clearly are rooting for it to fall to pieces. Yeah, honestly, that is a good point too. Like,
Yeah.
I do think she probably should tell you earlier, but like, if you came to these friends about your relationship issues when they were like, see,
They're like,
he's gonna get some money now. Like,
yeah, they're like,
you know?
you should leave him on July 30th.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Why? And
Another
they're
friend is
just,
like, no,
"What?
you definitely have to leave them before.
You gotta leave him
definitely
before.
have to leave them
God, and then the one
Yeah.
girl's like, no, never
you
leave
have to
him.
wait.
Never leave him.
yeah, exactly. But we do have some comments. Comment number 1 says, I'm petty AF, so I would have no problem with this one. Does it make you an a-hole? I mean, maybe. Justified? Yes. Your alleged friends all bet against your marriage surviving and bet against you personally for not getting your own child in a divorce situation, which is odd for me. Why the F would anyone believe a mother wouldn't get any custody? Are they stupid?
Yeah, and mean.
Yeah, definitely. You would not be the a-hole. I think it's justifiable here. Does your friend remember what each person said specifically, or was it just that they all were laughing and praying for your relationship downfall at your wedding? Also, your friend waiting 7 years to tell you isn't that great either.
Literally.
She waited until the 7-year itch started and the problems started before she said something. How could she sit on this and let you still talk to and see these people as friends? At least you now know what crap friends these are. I don't know if you should even show up to any of these functions, honestly. Giving them any of your attention just feeds their own egos. They'll pat themselves on the back and say, see, told you she wouldn't get the kids in the divorce. She's way too hostile. We could all write letters for your husband's name. I would let them know that you know, though. If there is a group chat with them all, you can always ask if there are any bets yet for your friend's marriage. When they try and dogpile on you about it, tell them, oh, my bad, I thought that's what we did when our friends got married. I mean, y'all bet against us, and there was only one person who thought I would get the baby in the divorce. Y'all are just catty witches. Must be jealous. You can leave the last part out if you want to. And OP responds, her reasoning for not telling me was not wanting to create drama or stir pots. So we've got a lot of avoidant people in our group.
Yeah,
We have a
everyone's
lot.
avoidant in this story.
Every single one. She has said in the past that she doesn't like this group of friends for me and that she has bad vibes about a lot of them. She's kind, a little shy, and very non-confrontational, so I can understand why she didn't tell me, especially at the time it happened. She felt it necessary to tell me when I said maybe I should ask some of the friends closer to my husband what their take on some of our issues was, / they can give me advice on the general marital perspective of said issues. The custody of our kids would 100% go to me due to his type of job, and it's a job known for high divorce rates and cheating because of how hard it is sometimes to get into communication with them. They're well known for being FaceTime parents if they have kids because they are traveling constantly at a moment's notice, so most judges give full custody to the parent that has a more stable environment for the kids. The only reason they all believed my husband would get the custody was because he has the better job than I did. That one friend was the only one that actually came to visit after my baby was born and saw firsthand how extremely primary of a parent I was compared to my husband due to his work schedule. My husband is a wonderful dad, but his line of work is very demanding and extremely important. And comment number 2 says, you would be the a-hole. Interesting. Understandable maybe, but still an a-hole move. You won. You and your husband have a successful marriage. They were all idiots. You might be able to say to them that you are still waiting to get paid from all the losers in that bet at your wedding. That's a good way to put it. If you really want a petty moment, but there is no need to crap on the couple getting married on their engagement party / wedding day. If that's what you want, you shouldn't bother attending the wedding at all. And that's the end of that story. Well,
Yeah,
I think really quick
Yeah.
that you guys should bother listening to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime.
please do.
But yeah, what are your thoughts?
I was just gonna say I kind of get where that comment is coming from.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that you should necessarily go to another person's wedding with the intention of bringing up like drama that you didn't cause, but still is drama that's 7 years old. And I think that if you are still upset, rightfully so, then either, you know, like distance yourself from these friends, confront them outside of a wedding environment, be like, hey, I mean, you
Yeah.
can even do the group chat thing. Like, it doesn't even have to be at the wedding. You could
Yeah.
do like, oh, what bet are we doing?
Right. I think that I totally agree. I think don't do it at their wedding.
Yeah.
An engagement party, like definitely not the wedding, probably not the engagement
Yeah.
party either. Like, yeah, don't.
Like, you could do it at a
You
group
wanna-
hang. That's
yeah,
unrelated.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do it in a group chat because they're not gonna respond.
Sure. Yeah.
Or they're gonna be like texting everyone else and be like, "What are you thinking about?" And then you just don't get their like actual reaction.
Yeah. So
so-
maybe in person at
Yeah.
another group hang.
Invite them to some sort of group hang.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
yeah, invite them to like a water park and then be
Push
like,
them
"Hey
down the
guys,
slide.
let's go stand over here really quick. I want to tell you a secret." And then you break the news and then you take a big step back and that's when the bucket of water drops on them.
Splashes on them and they get
Boom.
soaked at the water
Whoa,
park.
They never saw it coming.
Yes.
I bet none of them could even see that big bucket ahead
No
of them.
sir, no sir. They all have terrible eyesight.
Yep. And they all have their phones in their pockets.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you have to actually clarify. Make sure you guys have your phones in your
Yeah,
pockets.
do you have your phones on you?
You'll
You'll need them.
Yeah, make sure. And then that's how I would do it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Has
I
this
like it a lot.
happened to you?
No.
Wouldn't you like to know? I
That's
need to
why
run to the
asked.
restroom.
That is why I asked.
I'm going to adjust.
Go ahead and adjust. I'm going to set some stuff up for this next episode.
My best friend's wife accused me of ruining their marriage.
What? Well, did you?
And there is a trigger warning for emotional abuse. I, 30 female, have a friend, Megan, 36 female, from the small town we live in. I moved here in 2019 and we became close friends. We love doing things in the city like going to movies, concerts, and the opera. I work remotely, so I help her and her wife Hannah out when they travel or when money is tight. By the way, this comes from Critical Quiet 1434, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, problems started mid last year when Megan began acting distant, ghosting me for days. Then came holidays and birthdays. Megan gave me the wrong date, time, and location for her party, and got upset when I didn't go. I held a holiday party and something similar happened. They still didn't come. I texted if I should drop gifts off, and Megan texted back, sure, but they weren't home. I asked Megan to hang out and mentioned I felt things were weird. She seemed thrilled, but I waited for 4 hours and she never showed up. I was angry and texted Hannah to ask if something was going on. Hannah let me have it. She called me and told me off, saying I was overly friendly and she knew what I was doing.
What?
How dare you be too good of a friend?
You're too good of her. You want to hang out with her.
Disgusting.
Hannah mentioned I often pay when Megan and I hang out, that I dress tea when we go to the city, and that Megan complimented me but not Hannah. Then that's an issue y'all have in your relationship.
Yeah, leave me out of it.
Megan gave me a thoughtful gift for my birthday but forgot Hannah's birthday. Again, an issue in your relationship. I am single but do not date, which to Hannah indicated I was sleeping with someone secretly. I let her scream at me for 20 minutes. Then she said, you made her fall in love with you and you think I'll just take that? Girl.
You are coming up with these own thoughts.
All I would say is
Jeez.
just like, that girl, that sounds like an issue, not
Yeah.
an ish me.
It's like, girl, I'm not into your freaking girl.
Oh, I just didn't freaking.
She's my friend.
Just don't freaking date, dude. Leave me alone.
She told me how I disrespected her by making Megan fall in love with me. You made her fall in love with you by just existing. How dare you? I never knew anything about this. I gave them space, but Hannah posted vague messages about homewreckers and pick-me girls. I texted her and Megan, and Hannah responded with the laughing emoji saying, oh, did it hit too close to home?
I'm sorry.
It's like, girly pop, you're the one who's like insecure about this. I'm pretty sure you're the
Jeez. Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
would just post a
Did
picture
me
with Megan.
existing hit too close to home?
Yeah. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was a mirror, and then you were talking into the mirror at yourself.
Yeah, I would just like send like, hey, Megan, you want to just take a photo with me? I got to send it to Hannah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I take up so much space in your mind. She kept posting and even tagged me. I blocked her, blocked Megan, and some mutual friends. It's a small town. I went to the movies and heard, hi. Looked up to see Megan with some guy smiling at me. My whole body ran cold. Many people had been treating me coldly because someone told them I'm a homewrecker and a pick-me. Megan noticed I didn't want to talk and excused herself. I later received a text from Megan asking if we could move past things or if we are over. I texted back that she couldn't have been unaware of Hannah's posts and my attempts to figure things out. It's been months and I've been treated like a biblical harlot. I said we need to address what her wife was alleging and why. Megan then texted back, Hannah and I are divorcing. That was a week and a half ago, and she only texted, ? Leave me out of this, girl. Like, Megan.
Yeah.
You are bringing me into all of your problems.
Yeah. It's like, I'm literally not in your relationship. Quit it. Quit it.
Quit it.
Quit it.
I asked Megan to meet, and we sat at the bar and drank. I let Megan lead with small talk for about 2 rounds. Then I blurted out, what in the 9 hells is going on with you? She broke into silent, sad tears, her happy mask shattered. Megan apologized repeatedly for the ghosting, for Hannah blasting me online, for the town treating me poorly, and for not defending me. She said she and Hannah had been having trouble. It started when Megan and I got wasted and talked about bad experiences with men. I mentioned my bi-ness took a hard left turn after my last ex. Megan said it made her think. She considered that she might be bi rather than just attracted to the same gender. She came home and mentioned this to Hannah as a casual topic. Hannah lost it. She started throwing things and screaming, you want to cheat so bad, then cheat. I don't care. So Hannah is biphobic.
Girl.
Cool.
Girl.
Just because you're bi doesn't mean that you're going to cheat or that you want to cheat. That's
That's
a
right.
stereotype.
It sure is.
Megan was so afraid she slept in their car with the doors locked. Megan is 5'2"
Dang.
and Hannah is very tall, fit, and muscular. You gotta break up with this girl.
You sure do.
Hannah insisted Megan was cheating, went through her phone, and forced Megan to log into her social media. Messages between Megan and me were discovered, including a photo I sent of a dress for a date. Megan said it was pretty, and we talked about Sailor Moon dubs. Hannah took this as proof of an affair.
Talking about Sailor Moon
Hannah.
means you're having an affair, everyone.
Yeah, they're
Everyone
like, wow.
knows that Sailor Moon is just a innuendo for something else.
Well,
like-
who is it? Is it Sailor Venus and Sailor Neptune? They are the ones that's like
I've never seen Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I've never
there are
either.
2 of the sailors that are
Yeah.
like known. Not basically. It's
Who
not
are
like
the known sailors?
they're known. that
And
they're into
Opie is
each
a
other.
woman. Okay, Billy time.
Yes.
Yes, they're all ladies in this story. She actively sabotaged our plans. Hannah was the logistical one who gave me wrong info for Megan's party.
Whoa.
Yikes. The thing is that, like, yes, Megan is in this like terrible relationship, but she does need to make up a lot for how you were treated and how you were dragged
Yeah.
into it.
Totally.
It was not Megan texting me back, but Hannah on her phone. Yikes. Megan was so stressed, she forgot Hannah's birthday. Honestly, Hannah doesn't deserve a present because she sucks.
Yeah, no presents for people who suck.
Their dog had been sick, so Megan took him to the vet, and Hannah came home to an empty house. She was livid, threatened to put the dog down, and locked Megan out. Hannah is a terrible person. Hannah put Megan down, saying hurtful things and refusing intimacy because Megan was disgusting and sloppy seconds. Oh my God. That was the night Megan ghosted me. Hannah asked where Megan was going, and Megan told her, which made Hannah scream. Megan stayed home, and Hannah took her phone. When I sent a text ending with love you, Hannah asked Megan if she loved me. Megan struggled to explain she loved me platonically. Hannah demanded an answer. She went nuclear. Megan broke down and said she wanted a divorce. Hannah apologized and insisted on date night. Megan tried, but she was miserable and lost all remaining love, but was afraid, so she quietly started putting money away and contacted a lawyer. The man I saw with Megan at the movies was a date. Megan wanted to talk to me, but felt tense and cold. Maybe too soon, Megan.
I was honestly confused about that.
I also was like, why
'Cause
is she there with a man?
It said boyfriend when it was being told to us, and
Oh,
then
I thought it was just like guy friend.
well, that's probably what
Yeah.
it meant, but that's what it said. And then like the next sentence was like like when they got married, or like when Megan and Hannah were married, or something like that. And I was like, what is happening? But I didn't want to sound stupid, so
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. But I guess maybe because that happened obviously before this. The divorce hasn't even happened, so
No.
Megan seemingly was. Maybe was cheating, or maybe was just hanging out with the guy and was like, oh no, I do have feelings.
Yeah, or maybe they separated and was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Something.
Regardless, you are being pulled into all of this very awful relationship drama.
Yeah.
The man I saw with Megan at the movies was a date. She said she and Hannah no longer live together. Megan got a job in the city and made up the excuse she wanted fun money to go out. One day, Hannah asked if she was sleeping with a coworker. Megan said she was fed up and replied, "You're right. I don't want to be with you anymore. You're just mean," and walked out. She stayed with her parents. Megan couldn't come to me because everyone would assume the rumors were true. She was so embarrassed she didn't know how to say I am not a homewrecker and that her marriage is over. Someone had seen us at the bar together laughing. Then a man from our town walked up, arms folded, and took a picture.
What?
Who are these
He
people?
went
How
like
small is
this
your
and went
town?
like that?
Yeah, what?
Wait, how do you do
is
arms
that?
folded and took a picture?
That's so gross.
This is weird. Later, we found out he posted it on Facebook claiming we kissed. The post spread over 50 times, and he ranted about queer relationships being abominations. So it seems like he didn't even care about the Hannah-Megan
he didn't
drama.
even
He was just
know.
like, ugh.
He's just like, ew, girls kissing. Blah.
Even
Even
though
though I don't even think they
they
did.
didn't
No, they
kiss.
didn't.
He's like,
Yeah.
just like
They were laughing.
girls hanging out and
Girls
having fun.
laughing.
Yeah, and he's like, you better not kiss. You guys better not
Better
kiss
not
right
kiss
now.
right now.
You guys better not kiss each other on the lips.
I bet that-
Ew,
I bet
I'd
that-
hate that.
I bet that guy gets really upset when he hears Cyndi Lauper's "Girls Want to Have Fun."
Yeah.
I bet.
The next day, I found 3 of my tires slashed.
Dang!
What?
Get out of this town.
The day after, literal feces were left on my porch.
Oh my god.
My car was spray painted with effing cheater on one side and another hate message on the other.
Oh wow! I wonder who did that.
I installed cameras and made police reports. My neighbor also has cameras, so I asked them to check their footage as I would be pressing charges. Megan and I got an apartment about a month and a half ago. I asked if she was okay with us getting a place together in the city. She was over the moon, and her parents paid our first 6 months of rent. We settled in quickly. Megan pays less rent because she keeps the home tidy. We cook together twice a week, splurge once for takeout, and alternate other days. Megan has been going to therapy and seems happier. She has a new job, work friends, and goes out without me sometimes. Hannah saw all of Megan's things gone and the letter Megan left. She raised heck and came to my house. But Megan's cousin was renting and told her we weren't home. Hannah posted online, immediately claiming I, the homewrecker, and her wife ran off together. Old neighbors found footage of, oh, you guessed it, Hannah vandalizing my car. We filed police reports and she was charged. Megan reported Hannah hitting her, and disclosed it wasn't the first time. And we had only a trigger warning for emotional, but we'll put a trigger warning for just abuse in general. Trigger warning for abuse and mentions of violence and homophobia. Megan is applying for schooling to be a counselor for queer folk. We are both safe and healthy. Hannah went on a campaign against us, telling everyone I was a homewrecker. She contacted my job, found Megan's LinkedIn, and calls her workplace. This helped us because it provided documented proof of intimidation. We screenshotted everything, and Megan's lawyer used it to force Hannah to sign off on the divorce. And I hope you sign off on listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to this story.
Yikes.
But yeah, Hannah is a terrible person and should be in jail.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Just horrendous behavior.
Yeah.
And honestly, OP, after the way that you were treated by everyone, props to you for sticking by Megan.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
obviously this is like, it's not Megan's fault. Like she was in a very
Right.
bad situation.
Right.
But not everyone would have stayed and would have helped her. So props to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm glad that Megan is out of that relationship
Same.
and is
Yeah.
seemingly doing great.
Seems so.
So
In the city, out of that small town.
yeah, exactly. I'm very, very happy for that. But yeah, screw Hannah.
Yeah.
Get her into, I don't know, man. Just get her out of
Get
here.
her out. Hannah tried to call me names, calling me a sleut. Megan explained her paranoia and mistreatment as the reason for the divorce. Hannah finally stopped contacting us. She left the country for a job, thank goodness, and sent Megan a letter through her lawyer waving the white flag. She has agreed to everything through her lawyer. Megan got her own place after securing a better job, but we remain close. She needed to prove she could be independent. She is doing fine, has made friends, and seems happier. We talk often and play D&D over Zoom every other week. She knows I'll always be there for her as a friend, and I know she has my back too. And that's the end of the story.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, good. You
Yeah.
guys have each other's backs.
Yeah, and you're in a much better
amazing.
place now.
Yeah.
That's all great. Great news.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lovely.
Happy for you guys.
Me
but-
too.
And I'm happy that Hannah is
out of the country. She's as far as possible.
Best
from you
place for her
guys.
to be.
Yeah. Out of the solar system would be better, but
Sure, but
that is
unfortunately,
a little bit harder, more
it's
expensive.
a lot of money.
Yeah. But that's the end of that story. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.